it's Alicia Marie Rivers for PrettyHotChick.com, and I am here, Saks Fifth Avenue in New York City, covering Off the Field Players Wives Association fashion show on a not too cold day in New York City. But hey, check out all the highlights, and you're gonna find out that this whole event is for a pretty great cause. Check out the details soon to follow. I'll see you soon.
I was 13.
10, 14.
I was 12 when I got into the life.
I met this guy, and he was so fine.
He was older.
He would buy me stuff.
He kept telling me how pretty I was and that he was going to take care of me, and so I thought he was my boyfriend.
But then he told me I couldn't go home.
Every night on the streets, different men bought me. They would beat me, rob me, hit me. They didn't care how old I was. Sometimes I would get arrested. I told the cops that I was too scared to leave, but they didn't care.
Sometimes my pimp would come and bail me out.
But he and the men that used to buy me never got arrested.
People think that this only happens in countries like Thailand and
India, Africa, Russia.
But this is happening right here in New York. I'm from right here, from the Bronx.
Syracuse,
Bed-Stuy, Harlem,
New York City.
To make a difference, contact GEMS at gems-girls.org, 212-926-8089.
Thank you for attending. I know you had a lot of places that you could have been over Super Bowl weekend, but we are excited that you decided to celebrate with us. So, along with our sponsors, I want to thank a lot of our volunteers that are here. I want to introduce really quickly our board. They're around the room, so when you hear your name, please stand. Ms. Sharice Brown. Ms. Ashley Brown. Ms. Latasha Wilson-Lash. Ms. Cameron McDonald. Ms. Rachel McKenzie. And Ms. Ramonda Jordan. We have a lot of sponsors and of course SACS that helped this event be possible today. You'll hear their names throughout their event. We're going to have Ms. Nicole Woody, who is our chair for today, come up and say a few words to you.
Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome here to our home, New York City. We are so glad to have all of you here today. It's almost like a family reunion. We come together once a year for this great event, and each year it gets bigger and better and so amazing. We are so honored to have a great group of women, and I'm honored to be a part of you all. So, thank you to SACS, one of our great sponsors. Sam's Club, again, we can't do without you. And of course, thank you, Credit Suisse. I'm so sorry. I was doing good. I was nervous, I was doing good. Thank you. So, it's my pleasure to now welcome Wendy Holmes.
I'm with Credit Suisse, and we're so happy to be a part of this, and so grateful. For those of you who don't know, Credit Suisse, we're a private bank. We're global. Some of you have not heard of us, but what we do, I'm here with some of my private banking colleagues, Eric Whitford, Joe Godwin, and Brad Weston, and we help people like you accomplish their goals financially, personally. Not only do we manage wealth, but we spend a lot of time helping our clients fulfill philanthropic goals. And so to be a part of this fits right in with what we do. Because, yes, I apologize. Hearing about GEMS, the organization that your event today is benefiting, was incredibly touching, and I know you're honoring someone from there. So I would just encourage you, if any of you, just as a personal note, I got into this business of helping people manage their money after my parents were divorced after 26 years, and my 52-year-old mother had never handled finance. And I watched what happens, and we've all seen it with mothers, sisters, friends. So I would just encourage you to grab one of us if you have any questions. We're here to be helpful, and enjoy your beautiful event. Thank you.
So Mackenzie, come up and say a prayer for us and have our lunch.
If you would bow your heads for the moment of prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you so graciously for allowing us to be able to come together and meet today for this luncheon. Bless the hands that has prepared the food, and bless this food for the nourishment of our bodies. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Many of you for helping us to continue servicing the communities where we are able to travel to during the Super Bowl. This year, our portion of the proceeds will go to GEMS, which is right here in New York City. GEMS is a girls' educational mentoring service. It's the only organization in New York State specifically designed to service girls and young women who have experienced commercial sexual exploitation and domestic trafficking. And we were privileged to be able to visit GEMS in August. Several of us came up here, and it is something that nobody wishes to visit or see, to understand what these women are going through at such a young age, as early as 12 or 14 years old. It's really sad to think about young women and girls, children, being trafficked, around like that. So we thank you to help them for the educational programs to service these women. Now I get the pleasure of introducing our two MCs for this evening. You guys should be very well entertained this evening, this afternoon. Sorry, I'm rushing today. But when you've been up since 6 o'clock, I don't know what time it is actually. First up, we have Mr. Chester Peete. Members of the Houston Texans franchise. He started every game he played with the Texans. The first player in team's history to accomplish this feat. After 8 years with the Texans, Chester spent his last NFL season with the Seattle Seahawks in 2010. Chester's prolific NFL career is a testament to perseverance and hard work. After walking on the football team at San Diego State University, he eventually earned a starting job on the team and was drafted by the Texans in the second round of the NFL draft. His dedication and leadership on the field have carried into life after the game. Chester splits his time as a sports anchor analyst for KRBC Local 2 Channel 2 News. He's a radio personality for KRBE, and he is executive consultant with ZT Wealth. He also sits on the boards of various charitable and community organizations. Chester and his wife LaToya created the Chester Peete Charitable Foundation to advocate for arts in schools. Chester loves being a dad to son Chester Champ Peete III and his daughter Elena. Let's hear it for Chester. Of introducing Dawn Newfield, a founding member of Off the Field.
Yeah.
Dawn is married to retired NFL tight end Ryan Newfield. She is an attorney and a television personality and was a cast member of VH1 Football Wives. Dawn currently hosts a weekly morning television program in Texas called The Broadcast while continuing to practice business litigations at a firm of Graham, Bright, and Smith in Dallas. Mom to 9-year-old Will and 5-year-old Ryan, this Frisco, Texas resident is an outspoken advocate of autism awareness and has been a staunch supporter for the fair treatment of NFL players after they retire. Dawn is also on boards of various charitable and community organizations and considers community service a priority. Ladies and gentlemen, your MCs for this afternoon, Chester Peete and Dawn Newfield.
How's everybody doing this afternoon? Good? I hope everybody's having a good time and enjoying the good food. What do you think?
It's pretty fancy here.
Some people may not have realized that we've got some auction items outside. There's some good ones. Did you know there are Super Bowl tickets in that auction?
And the weather has come out. It's only going to be like high 40s, 50 degrees. So
which is good football.
That's very tolerable. I don't care who you are. Even if you I live in Houston, and when I got off the plane, that cold smacked me in the face. I've gone through half a bottle of oil of Olay on my face, and I'm so dry. I need my humidity that I have in Houston. Just being real right
now. Hey, you may have gotten something in your gift bag today from Saks that'll help with that. But,
thank you, Saks.
It is cold, but you know how hard it is to get Super Bowl tickets. It's almost impossible.
Very impossible. So look, auctions end at 1:15. Get your butts in there. A couple things I'm checking out, but I'll make sure I'm in there. Everybody make sure you get in there, bid on something for a worthy cause. We all know why we're here.
And then another important thing you can do this afternoon, you may have seen these little cards. If you present this card at a checkout now between Sunday, 10% of your purchase will go back to Off the Field. So shop, maybe I know you were checking out those shoes and bags, right?
And that includes things on sale and on clearance. I'm not sure about that, but since I've said it, they now have to honor it. It's just the way it works.
And for those of you who are going to the game, I know downstairs we had a wonderful reception last night. They have this fur coat section. And they've got like the Seahawks side, and they've got like the Broncos side with the colors all coordinated. So get your game gear, right?
Get your mink on.
All right, well, this is going to be a bunch of fun. We got to give our sponsors another round of applause. Please do that for me right now. All right, we're going to get this party started, but before we do, I have to bring up a wonderful friend of mine, Holly Robinson Peete, who has a couple words, and she's going to come up and say hi to us all. Holly?
Well, two things. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity. First, I just want to shout out all of the NFL wives. We are a very tight sorority, and as many of you know, myself and my husband Rodney have done years and years of Super Bowl events, and we took a little break because we just needed one. But I'm so proud of the work that you're doing, ladies, and so many of you are friends, and I haven't seen so many of you in a long time, and I want to thank you, and I want to say congratulations to Pat and Erica and all the honorees, and I just think this event has really grown. It's just amazing, so congratulations. And then selfishly, and I appreciate you ladies for letting me do this, we are also having an event tomorrow at Joe's Crab Shack in Harlem. If you haven't been to Joe's in Harlem, you've got to go, especially from 12 to 2 tomorrow. Essentially, many of you know we raise money for children with autism, and that's our main life mission. We are so blessed that we have a son with autism who is here, who is 16 and verbal and all the things that they said he wouldn't be. So, you know, God is really good, and I'm just so proud. You can stand up and say hi, Not to pull focus from your mission, but so many of you ladies in this room and friends here, so many of my friends have been with me during the fight for my son and so many others, and I know you're all looking at him like, wow, he's all grown with a mustache and a soul patch and everything. So tomorrow we're honoring a young man named Anthony who's out from New Jersey, who's a kid with autism, high schooler, who is an amazing guy, and so we're honoring him. We're also going to have the family of Avanti Oquendo there, not to bring the room down, but Avanti Oquendo, those of you locally understand that that was a very difficult situation, a young boy with autism who was allowed to leave his school, and he was found, unfortunately, not alive. So we are going to lift everyone up tomorrow. So if you're around, come Joe's Crab Shack, 12 to 2. The CEO of Joe's Crab Shack has a child with autism and has been so supportive. So once again, thank you, Dawn. Pretty in your orange. You look all right, too. And I appreciate all of you. God bless. This is a beautiful event, so good luck today. Thank you.
It's funny because you talked about those Super Bowl events that she and Rodney used to put on. Yeah, I was one of her interns, and I met Holly when she was pregnant with that young one over there. So I got a little emotional earlier if you saw me running around crying because I haven't seen him in many, many years. And as a parent of a child with autism, it gives you hope. So I thank Holly for everything she's done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I'm excited. We're about to have some fun. You ready for this? Okay, we're going to start by honoring some amazing women. Off the Field has been giving impact awards for a couple years now to women who are contributing to their communities. And so we've got some wonderful honorees this afternoon.
The first Impact Award, where do I begin? Miss Erica Lyles.
Thank you so much. First, giving honor to God. I am greatly humbled and honored to be receiving the Woman of Impact Award. I'd like to offer my sincerest gratitude to the Off the Field organization and my friend, your president, Erica Lassiter. Let's give Erica a round of applause. I'd also like to congratulate my fellow honorees, Pat Smith, who is also a friend, and Rachel Lloyd. And I'd also like to thank the man who makes it possible for me to be a mamapreneur, my husband, Kevin Lyles. I commend the Off the Field organization for supporting the GEMS organization and bringing much needed attention to the sexual exploitation and human trafficking of girls and young women. As I read up about the work of GEMS, a personal experience came to mind, which was just last year in New Orleans at the Super Bowl, coincidentally. The Ravens had just won the Super Bowl. My husband is from Baltimore. There's a Baltimore shout out. It was around 3 a.m. and we set out on Bourbon Street in search of Rovery, cheese pizza, and a good old Nolans Hurricane. As we were sitting in the pizza shop, a young girl walked in, and she couldn't have been more than 15 years old, and right behind her was a gentleman who was whose hair had a fresh press and curl. He was bare-chested, was not wearing a shirt. However, he was wearing a fur coat and a gold chain. About 3 minutes later, he beckoned the young girl, who was clearly frightened and cold because all she had on was a tank top, to go outside and meet a man who was clearly about 30 years her senior. I can remember just sitting there in shock, and immediately I got sick to my stomach. And I tell that story to remind all of us here today that there are girls just like that young girl in New Orleans who will be working the streets of New York City this weekend, and who will hopefully one day look to gyms for support and for a way out of the lifestyle that they're in. And all of those girls are girls like us that have just been dealt different circumstances in this life. Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." So I challenge each of you today to go out and patronize the silent auction and not be silent today and support this great organization. As a mother of a young girl, subject matters such as this really resonate in my gut and touch my soul and motivate me to step outside of the individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of humanity. After all, the great thing about giving is that giving is a universal opportunity. No matter what your age, no matter your background, your income bracket, your religion, we all have the capacity to give and create change. So I just challenge each of you today to think about those young girls who will be on the streets this weekend working the Super Bowl that haven't found their way out just yet, and support this organization because they need it. Thank you.
Really awesome. I love it. It's one thing we hear about every year. Behind the glitz and the glam, there is always some sort of exploitation of women going on at Super Bowl. It's kind of disheartening. You don't hear too much about it. So maybe gyms can help us do more with that. Next, Impact Award winner, Ms. Rachel Lloyd. So she is an accomplished public speaker, author, and founder and chief executive officer of GEMS, Girls Educational and Mentoring Services, to support American girls and young women survivors of commercial sexual exploitation and domestic trafficking. She started the organization in 1998 with only a computer and $30. Since its inception, GEMS has grown steadily, building its services and programs and garnering increased visibility and recognition under Mrs. Lloyd's leadership. Now the nation's largest organization offering direct services to American victims of sex trafficking, GEMS empowers girls to exit the sex industry and to develop their full potential. Ms. Lloyd is a nationally recognized expert on the issue of child sex trafficking in the United States and played a key role in the successful passage, of New York State's groundbreaking Safe Harbor Act for Sexually Exploited Youth, the first law in the country to end the prosecution of child victims of sex trafficking. Her trailblazing advocacy is the subject of the critically acclaimed documentary, Very Young Girls, and her memoir, Girls Like Us. The recipient of numerous awards and accolades, Ms. Lloyd received her bachelor's degree in psychology from Marymount Manhattan College and her master's in applied urban anthropology from the City College of New York. Now, it's unfortunate that Ms. Lloyd couldn't join us today, okay? But we are going to accept this award on her behalf, or do we have a member of the GEMS organization to come up and do so? Please come up right here.
For the support and love that you all are giving to GEMS. On behalf of Rachel, sorry she can't be here, but I'm going to accept the award. So, many of you have heard a little bit about GEMS. Many of you have heard a little bit about GEMS. So, I wrote something, but I want to speak from the heart. So I'm not going to read this. GEMS has been around for 15 years. I have been a part of GEMS for almost 13 years. This organization has not only helped me grow, but it also has helped support me in many ways. After I received my GED, I went into college. GEMS has supported me around that totally. I've been able to get tutoring where I need help. transportation, metro cards. All these things are things that they provide for young girls or women like myself as needed. And one thing that I want all of you to know, it's not about just a girl that may be out there at the Super Bowl, because every day of the week, there's a girl somewhere who needs help. And all the support that you guys give is definitely appreciated. I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to be up here and speak to someone on behalf of Rachel. And I'm one semester away from getting my bachelor's degree.
This next award though, because I have some friends who are going to come up to present the award to another friend. So will Milani Ismail and Sharice Brown please come up to the front of the room. How's everyone doing today? Yes. You look beautiful. We're here to honor our dear, wonderful sister, Pat Smith. They gave us a big old piece of from the heart. Okay, good. Okay, so you want to stop? Because I'm going to read. Come from the heart and all that? Okay. The Rocket, he was there. Yes, right there. His name is Rocket Ismail. How are you, honey? Who's your husband? Are you talking about, you mean V. Tim Brown? Bam! There it is. Y'all heard that right. You ready, Tim?
Tim is ready, right, baby? He's ready. Say long overdue, right?
That's right.
Amen.
And I told you what to do. Show out, just in case. All right, here we go. Our next honoree is Pat Smith. She is a wife, she is a mother, she is a television host, and former actress, well, she's still an actress. I mean, you know, she's waiting for her parts. Anyway, Pat Smith is known for her philanthropy on behalf of women and children. That passion led Pat to establish Treasure You in 2012 to inspire, uplift others to pursue their dreams despite their circumstances and setbacks. All funds raised by Treasure You go towards helping women through emergencies, providing grants to women in transition, and offering scholarships to nonprofits' annual retreat. Pat's passion for helping women came from her own adversities to overcome over the years. While competing in the Miss USA system, Pat lost her beloved mother to breast cancer in 1994. During one of the most difficult periods in her life, Pat triumphed and was the first African-American woman to be crowned Miss Virginia USA. And was eventually the first runner-up at Miss USA. Pat used her platform to promote breast cancer awareness and continues to do so today.
Recently, Pat Smith orchestrated one of the most amazing events in Dallas. I was so honored and blessed to be a part of it. On January 18, 2014, social media and Second Chances collided during the Celebrating Second Chances Overcomers event. A wonderful, wonderful event. The Treasure You event featured Good Morning America's Robin Roberts and honored women from across the country who've overcome adversity. The celebration's live broadcast was watched worldwide for more than 2 hours and trended on Twitter. We all know Treasure You is Pat's baby. Yes, it is. But she is also president of Pat and Emmett Smith Charities and founder-owner of Pat Smith Enterprises. Pat and her husband, NFL Hall of Famer, y'all, Emmett Smith, believe God has blessed them with a love, a beautiful blended family, and resources to help others. And I live in Dallas, and the things that they do there are incredible. The things that they do for people and the children that they're helping is incredible. And for these reasons, they commit many hours to volunteering in their community, along with creating and funding unique educational experiences and enrichment opportunities for undeserved children through Pat and Emmett Smith Charities. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us honor our final Impact Award recipient, my sister, my friend, my prayer partner, Pat Smith.
These ladies so much.
These are my Dallas girlfriends and sisters. You cannot tell me that women cannot get along, okay? This is an example of women without drama, without issues. We've been in a prayer group now for, 5 years? Well, we meet once a month, and it started with prayer for our husbands. We would meet, we had to make some boundaries for ourselves. No food, no gossiping, only prayer. And from that, we have built the most amazing network of sisterhood just from prayer. So I am so honored. I knew something was going on. I didn't know they were going to be presenting me. But I am so proud and I'm so thankful. No one could have done it any better. I love you all so much. And I love your hubbies. Brother Tim, Brother Rocket. Y'all are representing because Deuce, my blessed husband, bless his heart, he's out there working. And you know the pay comes before luncheon. Even though I sat on the sidelines for many years, I even sat on the sideline of a dance ballroom for many weeks cheering him on. But I'm gonna forgive him today because he is a good husband and a good man. Yes, so Kevin has agreed to stand in. Is that okay, Erica? 22. Kevin Miles, Erica Sharon, only for my award. Thank you. So anyway, I'm grateful. I feel like I'm a family member of Off the Field. I'm a part of Off the Field. And I love the work that all of us are doing in our communities. I love the sisterhood, as Donna spoke about. It's been an amazing journey for me with them. I think all women need a support system that's safe and secure, where you can share and you can grow and you can give. And Off the Field has done that continually over the years. I have modeled, I have hosted, and this year the honor is so special because it's your peers honoring you. And that means a lot to me. And when I look at my life, I'm blessed. God has been so good on so many levels in my life. And I've had challenges. I've had difficulties. I've had struggles. I've had disappointments. As you heard earlier, I lost my mother way too young from breast cancer. But I truly believe in second chances. And I believe God has a way of taking all of your stuff, all that ugly stuff, all the disappointments, all of the hurts and pains, and turning it into purpose for your life. And that's what God has done in my life. He's taken all of that. I had an experience with another Off the Field lady at a golf tournament. Our husbands were playing, and we just talked, and we shared, and we cried together, and we laughed for 18 holes of golf. Y'all, that's a long time. But in that experience, hi Robin, come on Robin, have a seat. This is Dr. Robin Smith, a very good friend of mine. Thank you, another wonderful woman. Have a seat. But we had this experience together, and I said from that moment that I wanted to create experiences like that for women. But then I got a little scared, I got a little intimidated, I got a little nervous, thinking nobody's gonna come, right? Delani knows, Sharice knows. Well, then I was at church one Sunday, and Bishop Jakes preached the most amazing message that I believe God gave him for me. There was 7,000 people there, but it was for Pat. And he said, I don't know what God has told you to do, but whatever it is, you need to do it. And Treasure You was birthed in that moment. And then fast forward, I remembered his wife telling me years before that my misery had the potential to be my ministry in life. And then 2 weeks ago, I had the privilege of hearing Robin Roberts tell me and the world that you can make your mess your message. Let me leave this with you. I know in this room there are many issues and problems, and we all have stuff. Some stuff we've never even talked about, that we're embarrassed about. But guess what? God has the ability to make your mess your message and your misery your ministry. God bless you all, and I'm so happy to be a part of this. Thank you so much.
dolls, whoo-wee. I had such a great time at the 13th annual Off the Field Player Wives Association. It was such a fantastic fashion show, luncheon, the honorees, congratulations. I had such a wonderful time. Oh my God, you guys gotta check out the footage again. The ladies are beautiful, and not only beautiful physically, but beautiful in spirit. Guys, we can learn a lesson from these ladies. One, keep God first. Take care of family, take care of yourself. So more on so many other things coming up at prettyhotchick.com. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Super Bowl weekend, enjoy. Mwah. I'll see you soon.